What is going on, everybody? This is Pinko Junko here, and welcome back to another update video. And I say another update video because, God, it's almost been like a year since I did my last update. But this update video today is just going to be about a few things and clarifying some stuff, as well as announcing new things to the channel, and finally where exactly this channel is going in 2020. So let us. My cat just let's begin. So for starters, I wanted to just quickly clarify some things with my most recent video, because a few of you guys were relatively confused, and I wanted to quickly just clarify what I meant when I made that video. So the most recent video that I made was a editing hiatus notice, and a lot of people were like, oh, you're leaving YouTube for a little bit? I'm like, no, I'm not leaving YouTube for a little bit. That video was just to quickly clarify that I was not going to be editing in the AMV community for a little bit. That didn't mean that I was leaving editing, period. That was just me making that video just to clarify to people on my channel that are subscribed, that are editors like myself, that, hey, I'm not going to be editing for a whole month, so unless you need me for like an emergency like part or something, I'm going to be working on some other stuff. And I have school on Thursday because I go back to my second semester of college, so that's that. The second thing that I wanted to announce, and pretty much if you follow me on Twitter, you guys know more information about this than you guys here on YouTube, but over the last, like, Boots, you are on my keyboard, you need to stop right now! The second thing that I wanted to announce was a project that's actually under development here for the channel. And again, you guys on Twitter know more information about this than YouTube, so if you guys aren't following me on Twitter, it's at PinkoJunkoVA on Twitter, so if you guys want to follow me for updates on stuff, post, I do have the tendency to post random memes on there too. Follow me on Twitter if you guys want to get updated for stuff in the future ahead of time than hearing it on YouTube. The second thing that I wanted to announce here in this update video is I'm actually in the editing process of making a new comic drama two-part series that is Hedgehog Havoc Part 1 and 2, which is Sonic the Hedgehog, the Archie Sonic the Hedgehog comic series, issues 195 and 196. I hosted auditions via Twitter, and a lot of you guys were really good, and I couldn't pick everybody, but for those of you who auditioned, thank you, you guys were great. And I have a cast and everything, and I'm actually in the editing process right now. I'm still waiting on a few more lines from people, and we can get this thing in like full swing. Actually, I started editing a few pages from the first part of the comic yesterday, so I'm getting ahead of the game. So for once, I'm ahead of the game. But yeah, so Hedgehog Havoc Part 1, I'm gonna try and plan this to come out sometime in February, perhaps, if possible. If I can't get it out in February, most definitely beginning of March is when I must have this out, because I don't want to spend too much time on this, because I want to do other things for the channel. But yeah, so be on the lookout for Hedgehog Havoc Part 1. That's going to be coming out in February, and if not February, you're most definitely going to see it at the beginning of March, so stay tuned for that. The third announcement that I wanted to make for this update video is I am going to be going to a few conventions this year in 2020. Some of you know the conventions that I go to, or at least one of them, and I want to try and go to a few more. I want to try and go to maybe 3 conventions if possible. Most definitely 2 I'm going to be going to, and very definitely I'm going to 1. So, the first convention that is on my list and is relatively coming up in about 3 months is TechoCon. TechoCon 2020 is almost upon us, people. This is a convention that is hosted right around my area. TechoCon 2020 is hosted in downtown Pittsburgh at the David L. Lawrence Convention Center. This convention is going on from April 2nd through the 5th. I'm going to be there Friday through Sunday. And if you guys are around the area and are interested in coming out to the con, by all means, come on out. It's a very fun con. Unfortunately though, for this year, well, no, I wouldn't say unfortunately, but this year is going to be the last year they're hosting the con in April. Due to the wild weather that happens here in Pennsylvania, they are changing the date from April to July, which honestly I think is a good call. It's summertime weather, it's nice weather. Generally when I went to Techo in the past in April, it used to be raining. It was like 70-degree weather one year. In 2018 it was snowing and 30 degrees, and I had a horrible time because I was in a cosplay that was meant for the summer, and it was a very, very horrible experience. Let me just tell you that. But yeah, so TechoCon 2020, David L. Lawrence Convention Center, April 2nd through the 5th. I will put a link to the con website in the video description below if you guys are interested. Badges for the whole weekend are $50. Honestly, I think that's a steal compared to other cons out there. And yeah, so first one is TechoCon. The second con that I'm potentially going to, this one is the Maybe Con, just because of money-wise and just overall, just like staying and everything, and possibly transportation. The one that is a big maybe, I'll talk more about this later on if I get more information on it. The second con that I'm potentially going to is Colossal Con 2020. This is pretty much the definition of a party con, if you guys know anime conventions. Colossal Con is going to be held in Sandusky, Ohio from June, I believe it's June 4th through the 6th. If I'm incorrect, I'll put the correct date on the screen, but I believe it's June 4th through the 6th. And it's held at the Kalahari Resort in Sandusky, Ohio. The reason that I say maybe on this is because, one, the Kalahari sells out pretty quick for this con, two, it's very expensive to go to this con, and three, transportation's kind of an issue. I've been to Sandusky before, but not for a con, but it was for something that was family related. But I've heard a bunch of stories about Colossal Con, and it's a pretty fun con. There's a lot of stuff you can do at this convention as well. And I may be going to that con. Probably not though, because of money, but I will get more information about that in the future. And finally, the third convention that I'm going to be potentially going to for the 2020 con season is none other than, once again, I'm going to be attending MatsuriCon 2020. This convention is held in downtown Columbus, Ohio. Honestly, guys, I highly recommend not to miss out on this con. This con is a really fun con. The scenery and everything is beautiful. There's a place inside the convention. It's a very huge convention, by the way. It's like a gigantic convention. It's actually connected to a hotel, like pretty much most convention centers I know of, around here that I know of at least, are connected to a hotel. I know some of them aren't. But this convention center is very big. It's huge. It has a food court inside, so if you're hungry, you can go down to the food court. It's very convenient. They have a lot of really cool stuff at MatsuriCon, so I highly recommend you guys go out to MatsuriCon. This convention is held August 14th through the 16th, and if you guys are interested in any of these cons, I'll put a link to all of their websites in the video description below so you guys can go check them out. But those are potentially the 3 cons that I'll be going to this year in 2020, so if you want to meet me, or if you're a fan of mine, I don't know if anybody's a fan of mine, but I'm going to be at those cons, so yeah. Other than that though, I don't really think there's very much else for me to say, other than thank you for sticking around and watching this update video. I really appreciate it. Again, my god, that car was really loud. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I mostly am on Twitter. I also have a cosplay Instagram here, at AllieCosplays5. I pretty much post cosplay related stuff, and I also post some of my AMV edits on there too recently. So if you guys are interested in those social media places, then be sure to go check them out. And with that being said, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. So, bye!